Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go in with this little topic. What's truth? What is truth? You get a lot of people asking that, what you mean by you're in the truth or stuff like that. So, it's just a quick little topic to touch on to give people an understanding of what we mean by that. You know, as you can see, the scripture right there, John 17:17, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. So, hearing that, the word is true. When we say we're in the truth, we're following the word, which is Christ. You know, yeah, yeah. And y'all got something to say? Yeah, most
Truth,
definitely.
hey, truth is absolute. You know what I'm saying? Truth is absolute. Truth is for me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Facts is like it can't be taken down. It can't
Yeah,
be, you know what I'm saying? It can't be it's the only thing left standing after all of the stories is told. The truth. The
yeah,
truth is
yeah,
just that. You know what I mean? The truth is absolute. It's absolute truth. It ain't nothing else you can put up against it. You can tell a lie against the
yeah.
truth. The lie will never stand because, and I think I was speaking earlier. We was having a conversation earlier, and the truth is, if I'm an honest person and you find me to be telling the truth majority of the time or all the time, right? Even if
Mm-hmm.
even in something that I may be ashamed of or something like that, but I'm truthful in that. If I'm that type of person or
Mm-hmm.
you that type of person, or you know what I'm saying, and somebody come with lies against you, it's hard for people to believe those lies against you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to even believe it. Like I don't believe that, man. That brother too honest. He would have said something. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah,
so truth is
yeah.
absolute. Everything that comes against the truth can't stand. So to me, that's what truth is. Truth is absolute. It's absolute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. It's crazy you said that though, because that's why on that thumbnail, those words is down there in that corner. And one of the words is
Mm.
logical fallacies. And that goes to what you were saying. Look, logical fallacies are deceptive or false arguments that may seem stronger than they actually are due to psychological persuasion, but are proven wrong with reasoning and further examination. So, like you saying, yeah, truth is, it can't be disputed. You can come with lies and all that stuff, but truth gonna stand regardless of whatever logical fallacy, quote unquote, that you try and come with. It's crazy you came with that
Hmm.
though. Yeah,
I mean, that's what
yeah,
truth
for
is,
sure.
man. Truth is just like that. That's why people, they try to go into like different religious books and try to find the fallacies in it. Let me find a lie, and that's what a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people do. They try to do that. And it's gonna be, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the one that's telling the truth is the one that'll stand.
Most deaf. Most deaf.
Can y'all hear me now? I got bumped out. I
Yeah.
think that was my internet. Yeah, my bad, man.
We hear you.
Yeah, I was really just saying. I think it's a difference between knowing truth and actually living in truth. I know a lot of people. We always say we in the truth, we in the truth, and they in the world as far as like the Israelite understanding. But a lot of people can have the truth but not actually be separated. You can actually be in the world and still have the truth, I believe. But I know your question is what it was exactly. It was what is truth, right? Or what is the truth?
Yeah. What is truth to you? To
What?
in general, it's basically to give people an understanding of what we mean by when we say we in the truth. So we basically trying to give them an understanding of what's this truth
Hmm.
that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, truth for me evolves, man, through time. Because if you would have asked me that question 5 years, 6 years ago, my answer probably would have been different. Not saying that it changes, but I think it just evolves and grows. Because you know, a lot of brothers who had the same school of thought, they might tell you a different answer. But for me, truth at this point, man, is really just trying to walk in humility and checking myself and looking in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? And walking in my truth is a person, you know what I'm saying? Who I am in a room where ain't nobody around. I'm trying to be that same person around everybody. That's what truth is for me at this point. But I know truth can be subjective to everybody. But yeah, man, all in all, truth is Christ to me, man. You know how he walked, you know the sacrifices he made. You know, a lot of people would stick to certain principles, or certain things that Christ did. Oh, he spoke to the Gentiles like this, or he did that. But to me, I'm more so looking at the humility portion of it. You know, at this point in my walk, you know, because sometimes, man, we get caught up in certain things. You know, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah, most
I'll give
definitely.
an example, right? I was talking to my son today about we was talking about Exodus or whatever. Uh, you know, Moses and the Israelites, once they understand who they was, the people of God, they still were in Egypt. You get what I'm saying? You had some of them still operating in idolatry and all that. But once they were actually delivered out of Egypt and were operating, you had ones that made it past past those tribulations and actually was serving the Most High. you know that's when they was really in truth. But they had the truth, the truth of who they was. So you got truth of who you are, you got truth for how this world is. I think it's different truths. But when you say the truth, if we asking what's the truth, I think that's a big question right there. But does that make sense to you?
No, no, I feel you. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and
You know what I'm saying?
that's I should have put that on there too. What's the
You
truth?
know, you know what though? You
'Cause
know
that's
what though? I think the truth is absolute. I think it's solid. I think it don't move. I think it don't change. I think it don't evolve. I think the truth stay the same. I think people evolve in it. You understand? Now,
Mhm.
I think people evolve in the truth. The truth is never will never change. It's never changed. It's always been the same. It was the same yesterday, today, and forever. The truth will never change. People evolve within the truth. And some people devolve. You know what I'm saying? In the truth. Um, like you said, I think that was Cortez that said that, some people you can have truth as far as understanding, um, but not operate in it. So the wisdom ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So okay, you can have certain facts and understanding and certain absolutes in your mind as far as what you know, but because you don't operate in it, there's no wisdom there. So I don't think that the truth evolves. I think that people evolve in it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I think the
Yeah,
truth
that's
is the
that's a better
truth.
way to put that. That's a better way to
Yeah,
put it.
I don't think it
Like,
move.
did I say the
But
truth
yeah,
evolved? My bad. I didn't mean my bad. I should have said
Yeah.
what he said perfect. That's why, hey man,
hey,
every time I say something, shout out to y'all brothers, man. Y'all come with the alley oop. Y'all fix it up. Cause I ain't mean it like that. The truth definitely don't evolve. But me, I evolve, you know what I'm saying, over time is what I'm saying, basically. You get a better understanding of truth, is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Right, right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then you say Ben, you say it's absolute, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's called relativism. And that's another one of the words that I have uh
Man, you've
on
been in the
that there
dictionary,
thumbnail.
man.
Let
What
me
you
get
been
that right
doing,
quick.
bro? Hey man, this
And
brother
I
been in the
just stashed
dictionary.
up to
You
the
a
side.
brother, a scholar, man.
Hey, look, that's how us Virgos is. That's how us Virgos is. We'll play dumb, but really we have some in the back of our head. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, this
Look,
brother. Oh
relative.
man. Oh, this brother done fell off the rails.
Look at
He said,
that. Oh man,
You know
it's
you about to have all the
relativism.
Israelites coming at us after you just said that.
say he about to whip out the horoscopes, huh?
You silly as hell, man.
Man,
That's crazy. But
You say what
what did it
again?
say? Relativism, the doctrine that knowledge, truth, and morality exist in relations to culture, society, or historical context, and are not absolute. Like so yeah, this stuff is just it's like you said, man, it's truth. Truth don't change. Like you say, the people do.
mm-hmm.
Some people can live a lie. Some people can live in the truth. You know, their truth. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
at the
man.
end of the day, it's only one truth, and that's what we all
That's it.
seeking. We all, you know, most high willing, we all seek. Some
Mm-hmm.
seek their own knowledge.
And you know
Yeah,
how a lot of people be trying to be like when you
yeah,
talk to them, when you talk to them and you get to breaking down certain things to them like facts that can't be changed, facts, and then they be like, "Well, that's your truth." Like, no, that's everybody's truth. That's the truth. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? It can't look. You may not like what was said, but it happened. That was the like. I fell out the chair earlier. My chair broke. Right. I leaned back in my chair. That mother said crank, and I fell. Boom. I might not
But
like
don't
that somebody laughed at me and said you fell out your chair earlier, and I'd be like, no, that's your truth. I ain't fall out the chair. I broke the chair. You know what I'm saying?
say don't do it again
No,
on
man.
live though.
You know what I'm saying? It's hey,
man.
the truth is I fell out the chair. The chair broke and I fell. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm. That's
Hey,
real
I don't know.
talk.
the
This
Hey, y'all
reason
I
I
was
continue.
real
say
simple.
the truth is Christ because we know truth is the light, right? And
Yeah,
can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Yeah. Testing. All right, man. I might have to reset this dang on router. But anyway, that's why I say truth is Christ because you know Christ is the one that's gonna come back and set everything straight. You know what I'm saying? And that's the light. You know what I'm saying? You can't really. There's no subjection or no objection or no. You know, it's no opinions when the light shine. You know what I'm saying? Because when we see the light, we're gonna be like, all right, that's what truth is. You get what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no debating. You know what I'm saying? What truth is at that point. But yeah, I think the truth, man. A lot of us still have a lot of us still have darkness within us, so we can't accept certain things that's within the truth. You get what I'm saying? Like certain things might convict me that I'm still dealing with. You get what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, truth is that you're not supposed to be dealing with you're not supposed to be dealing with I can't even think of an example. I don't want to get too bizarre, but let's say that truth is that you're not supposed to be dealing with black magic. You get what I'm saying? But if I was brought up in a household, my mother, she did black magic, my auntie, my uncle, they all did black magic. That might make me not want to accept truth as is. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I think that truth is gonna be revealed. You get what I'm saying? I think it's all gonna be up in the air at this point because people, you can say you can stand on truth all day. You're gonna always have people that's trying to, oh well, I see it as this or I see it as that, but you might just read the scripture and it say exactly what it is. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna
We in the
start
truth.
speaking on that a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they scream that junk, and a lot of times
Yes.
Christians be asking you, they be like, "Well, what is the truth?" And then they can't even answer because the only truth to them is that they know who they is.
The truth is, we was on them slave ships. But that's too much for them Christians, though, man. You got to approach them in a certain way for them to understand. Like, yeah, that's too much for them Christians. You talk about all that Israel and
They
slave ships and all that, man. That's too much. Just got to like Christ did.
No, I just hope it can
Man,
the truth, what everybody think is the truth can evolve from what it is there. Just calling out, we the chosen people. I just hope that can evolve at some point and go to the next level of things.
yeah,
As far as our people,
yeah, yeah.
because I
You know
How
what
mean,
I
y'all
think?
think? What's that?
I think is
No, go ahead.
necessary at this time. Now I
No,
think
go ahead.
now I was saying I think it's necessary at this time for people to feel like okay, because not and like you said, people got to evolve. A lot of people haven't evolved to the point where they understand what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? They looking at it like, yeah, okay, I know I'm Israel. I haven't known this information all my life. My mother before me, my father before me didn't know it. My grandparents didn't know it. My great grandparents, if they did, they didn't tell us. You know what I'm saying? So they feeling like that's the truth. It was hidden from them and they get it. Now they like, okay, bam. So them learning, people being in that learning process or that learning phase, it is a process. People being in that process, they think that's the truth because they haven't been taught Christ yet. Just because, they haven't been taught truth yet. So they think that that's the truth. And check this out. A lot of them, just because they accept the fact that they Israel, okay, they think they in the truth or they think they got truth. But once Christ is truly presented to them, a lot of them will reject Christ, just like Israelites did when he walked the earth.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
all right,
still ain't
I
truth.
agree. Yeah, man, because
Yeah,
a lot of people, lot of people get caught up on the judge. My fault, Mike. My bad. I didn't know you was talking.
Oh no, go ahead. I wasn't saying nothing. I was just saying that's real talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like that's why I say a lot of people get caught up in the judgment of things, which the truth is judgment, and a lot of people get caught up just in the promises of things, which that's truth too, because it's just like your father, like you know, even though I love you, I'm gonna give you everything you need. If you do good by me, I'm still gonna, you still gonna get this ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? If you do wrong by me, you know what I'm saying? So, man, the truth is, yeah, the truth is a serious thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Let
think
me
And
ask
that
y'all
and
why y'all think. Oh, go ahead.
what you say?
No, no, no. I was gonna ask a question. You can go ahead and get your point out, and then I ask the question.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to move off of where you was at.
Oh no, I was gonna ask why do y'all think it's so hard for people to accept the truth? Like for example, like Ben was just saying, Israelites, they truth is okay. We Israel, this, that, etc. But when you teach them Christ and stuff of that nature, now it's hard for them to accept it. Why do y'all think it's like that?
Um, all right, like I think one of y'all, I think Cortez was saying it earlier. If you grew up in a house that was where they was doing witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? That's your truth. That's truth to you. You grew up believing that that was righteous, right? So now it's some things
Mm-hmm.
within that craft that make you feel good, that you like. You know what I mean? So when you get truth and you begin to understand that you're not supposed to operate with that, those things that you like, you got to give up. So it's some thing is a lot of times when people get truth comes with order. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
when you get truth, now you gotta adhere to that. You gotta and see, that's why act like so many people act like they didn't just hear the truth being said when
Hmm.
somebody tell the truth. And they do it because if they acknowledge the truth, then you have to fall in line. You gotta fall in order. You gotta fall in order to the truth. You gotta submit to it. Or you
Uh-huh.
just somebody who just say, hey, I ain't dealing with it. Yeah, that's the truth. I know that's the truth, but I ain't messing with that. But
Hmm.
nine times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it's something in people that they don't want to give up. They don't want to change. And so they reject truth.
Right. Right. So basically, what you're saying is, in order for a person to accept truth, they have to give up something. Like
Usually,
basically,
yeah. Usually
uh,
because
yeah.
because if you have to accept the truth, that means you ain't living in it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who living in it don't have to accept it because they living in it. Somebody who have to accept
Mm-hmm.
who accept truth ain't living in it. So now you put this on the table and they looking at it like, dang, if I accept this, then I got to change and do this. You know what I'm saying? And most people ain't trying to do that.
Yeah, and
Right.
that sound like because before you get baptized, you actually have to come to some sort of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Before you get baptized, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to surrender. Hey, I don't know it all. I'm not perfect. I'm giving it up. To take on the truth. You know what I'm saying? So let's say
Mm-hmm.
when John was baptizing, when Christ was getting baptized, or no, when John the Baptist was baptizing, and they was looking at him, from a distance, like, hey, what are they over there doing? They couldn't really, they couldn't really bring themselves down to come to humility to come get baptized. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
something that they would have had to let go to come get baptized. You get what I'm saying? So, like he said,
Uh,
I agree with what he was saying. With you had to let go something because a lot of times it takes humility. Like just it's times that I'm wrong, bro. Like I'm still, I'm still growing as a man. I can honestly say, and sometimes I might reach a point where I overcame something, but then again I might struggle with it again. But then I might have brothers, just like I had one of y'all had to tell me the other day, like, hey, bro, this wasn't, you going off with that, and you know what I'm saying, you got to be humble to be like, you know what, that's right. So I think, you know, I believe, man, that's truth is endurance, man, endurance into that light. You get what I'm saying?
mm,
Striving to be like Christ, because if you stuck in the truth, you know what I'm saying, of what you perceive it as or what you interpret it as instead of what it actually is, then you're gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? You gonna
mm-hmm.
keep trying to run away from what the truth actually is.
Right.
A
Right.
lot of people like try to hide. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say confess your faults, because if you done confessed it, it can't hinder you no more. It
Right.
can't have you hide. It can't hide in the dark no more. And we got to understand,
Mm,
we're not fighting against each other. It's these demons that, you know what I'm saying. These spirits within us is causing these offenses. You get what I'm saying? So once we understand all that,
Mhm.
then yeah, I think we can grow as a people.
right. Right.
Hey,
And
y'all,
that's
y'all
real talk.
remember? Oh, my fault. My
Uh-huh.
fault. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just saying that's real talk. I was agreeing.
Hey, y'all remember on the movie 8 Mile where nah, I ain't no Eminem fan. I don't mess with Eminem or nothing like that. But I watched the movie. But on the 8 Mile, right? He was doing a freestyle. And then as soon as he came out there and did the freestyle before the dude rap, he just said everything bad about himself, Eminem. And then he said, now what you gonna say, and dropped the mic and walked off. But for real though, he came out there and confessed everything. Basically, that's what it was. He came out there and confessed, was like, look, this is what it is. Now what can you say about me? You can't say nothing about truth. Because look, I done already confessed it. I done dealt with it. So what can you say? You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing. I done proclaimed to the world that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a
So
cold example
yeah, I
right
just wanted to make that
Yeah. Hey,
there.
and
I
that's
am
real
white.
talk because we, yeah, my boy is an Uncle Tom. Hey, that's real talk. That's a cold analogy because through that, what happened? Dude basically couldn't do nothing but accept the dude that he was going against couldn't do nothing but accept it. Like, dang, what do I like you
like,
say? What
hey,
do I have to say about him? He done
hey,
he done killed me with truth.
hey, yeah.
Like he done took me out with truth. And that's
Mm-hmm.
that right there, like goes back to what Ted was saying, when you confess, now you can't have ain't no hindrance, these whatever you dealing with can't hold you down no more. You got it out there to the world. Now everybody know. Now ain't no shame, none of that stuff. And that's that
Mm-hmm.
example that you used was the perfect example of no more shame. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because
Uh
that's what
yeah.
Satan and his minions and you know Satan and people who don't know they following them or people who knowingly follow them. That's what they'll do. They'll try to use things that you did against you. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring
Mhm.
up stuff and you be like, well, damn. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But and the crazy part about it is that's why confession is so important. That's why, you know what I'm saying, dealing with your, certain things is so important because once all the chatter hit, like shit, well, so what can you say about me that I ain't already said and confessed and got out there? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's what happens. And people with they, with the chattering and and then it's crazy because now we look at it and think about people, but what about your own mind? Think about how that way on your own mind when you don't just let things out and confess things and put it out there. That play a part on your own mind, on your own psyche. And then what happened? You start getting weighed down by the things that you did. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to deal with it. So the truth is very important. Telling the truth and come and man, that's very important. It's very important because now can't no spirit use nothing against you in your mind to try to take you
Right.
out in your mind first. You know.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
So
I
it's
done
very
heard brothers, feel like so defeated with trying to, abide with what we call the truth. Trying to change their lives so much they get so frustrated where they just give up and they just say it with their mouth. I done heard them say, "Hey, man, it's whatever gonna happen," and they feel defeated, man. And it's messed up, man, because this thing is about endurance, bro. Because that's why truth, you got to live in it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just know it. You gotta live in it. Because let's say that your truth, let's say that you believe the truth is, this white man is the so-called devil, and he's the Hashatan or whatever you want to call him. And there's no there's no demons interference or nothing like that, things that which we cannot see that didn't come from giants or whatever. And let's say you don't believe that, um you would never be able to fight on that high spiritual level. You get what I'm saying? You would just see your
mm-hmm,
brother, you would just see your brother of, art with your brother as it is. Hey, I don't like this dude, you know what I'm saying, because of what this happened. Or I can't come together with these brothers over here because they like this. You know what I'm saying? You would never have the humility to, to withstand certain situations or oversee certain situations, as I could say. Because when you got a spiritual eye, man, you can overlook a lot of different things, and you can see it within yourself and know when you wrong and say, you know what, I apologize for what happened, man. I'll let this spirit get over me. You get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's real
that's
talk.
the truth, man. It's all that, man. A lot of people reject. Let's say for example, the understanding of the fallen. You know what I'm saying? That's a big aspect of the truth, because once you reject that part of it, you know, or the understanding of what wickedness really is, then you're gonna get swindled every time.
Mm, most deaf, most deaf. So, backtracking a little bit. Okay, right there, the truth. We basically exposing our shame or whatever. Defeating the stuff that we dealing with. So now let's backtrack back to the say you're dealing with the Christians now. How would you approach that situation when they ask you what is this truth that you're talking about? How would y'all approach that situation? How would y'all answer that? Should I say?
Yeah.
And this only for
I,
edification purpose or clarification and edification purpose.
right. Because I understand there's people out there, you know what I'm saying, who, and this is another thing, man. I'm gonna say this before I say what I gotta say. People, especially who claim that they got truth, claiming they be
Oh, dang.
Israelites and all of this. And you probably are an Israelite. And I ain't saying, you know what I mean? Uh, I'm not saying you're not, but what I would say is you gotta have some sort of mercy when it come to people that don't know no better. And a lot of times what people don't realize is, okay, yeah, like we was talking about earlier, you may have some knowledge, but not, you know, you don't have what you think you got, because the thing is you don't have the wisdom aspect of it. So you'll go out here and get to speaking to people, and a lot of souls you probably could gain, a lot of souls you probably could gain, but you still dealing with an evil eye towards a brother. You still dealing in the curse. You're not really understanding where they coming from and realizing that I was once somewhere before. So you gotta make yourself, you gotta condescend to a lower estate. You gotta actually be that. And you can't be condescending when you know what I mean? Because a lot of times people are be nice nasty when it come to how they deal
Mm.
uh with people, and you can't deal with people like that, man. You gotta really, if they having a conversation with you, you have a conversation back with them. I know sometimes it's burning you up and you really want to say what you gotta say, but sometimes you gotta hold back and not put the whole, you can't give them the whole thing, man, because what'll happen is if you give them too much, they're gonna go running for the hills. So what if they ask me what truth is, I'm gonna let them know straight up. Truth is Christ. Truth is Christ. He's the way, he's the truth, he's the life. All right. So I believe that. So a Christian, that would be something that we can both agree on, because they would agree with that, and I would agree with it as well. So bam, now they get to asking questions. Okay, so Israelite, then they can start asking certain questions, right? And then when they start asking those questions, still be patient. Be patient with them. Don't just go. A lot of times, Israelites, man, they talking about, I'm about to cut them. Man, it's a two-edged sword. Okay, it's a two-edged sword. First off, why not try to use the sword to help a brother use the sword instead of trying to chop people all up, man, and cut people with the word? Where you being cut at with the word? It's supposed to be something that you look at and put a mirror to yourself and try to figure out what you need to be cut, where you need to be cut at. And then you'll be able to deal with people. Then you'll be able to deal with Christians when they ask you a question: what is the truth? Because the truth is Christ. Now hold on. Now the truth, law the truth as well. But a lot of people forget that what we reading right here: sanctify them through thy word, or thy truth. Thy word is the truth. Christ is the word. Christ is the whole thing. He's in the volume of the book. So you can show them the law, but you got to show the Christian. You got to show Christians Christ first,
Most
or they ain't
definitely.
gonna accept the law.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And that's why I put that scripture right there. Because like you say,
Mm-hmm.
you can always say go to the Lord. The Lord's the truth. The Lord's the truth. But for them, that's like meat. They choke up on it. You know, they believe the law ain't is done away with and all that. So, like you say, you can't just pound them out with that. You gotta go to Christ. You know, show that love.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let me edify you through this right here. This what the truth is, like you say, like the scriptures say, the word is truth. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how I approach it the same way. I agree with you on that. I approach it the same way. Coming
Yeah,
straight
we
out,
get
you gonna push them away. Nah, they rebels over there. I don't know what they on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come to
yeah, I was gonna say we get puffed up in the knowledge of the law too. Like you know, let's say when we all get that catch that fire when we first start understanding who he is and what the most high really telling us. So now we got something over somebody that we know. We usually go at them like, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing this. You ain't even took the time to heal first with that the information. You know what I'm saying? Because when they before they even received the law coming out of Egypt, they had to go through the wilderness and things like they had to go through a long walk. You get what I'm saying? To start, testing their spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's before they even received the law. You get what I'm saying? So I think we
mm-hmm.
just take the law and we just run with it like, like somebody fumbled it or something. You just running with it. You ain't even took the time to, take your time with it, man. Learn and, let your spirit be tested through life first. You know what I'm saying? Before you tell somebody else what they not supposed to be doing. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah, man. Yeah, that put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. When we do that, we'll be like, oh, you ain't supposed to be doing this or doing that. And granted, we all have done it before, but through time, you're supposed to grow and see where you messed up at, and learn new ways. How to be a light to people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
most definitely. Most definitely. I think charity is truth too, because through that charity you can edify, and that goes with what we're talking about. Because a lot of people don't have that charity to really edify somebody to show them what truth is. Like y'all just saying with the law, it's just a lot of these groups or camps or churches, whatever you want to call them. That's the first thing they do is the law, the law, the law. A lot of us wasn't brought up into that. A lot of us wasn't even brought up in church. So when you come with something with the word, a lot of people don't want to hear it. So sometimes we would have to stoop to their level. Like, okay, you know what? Let's put the book to the side. Let's just use common sense. Let's talk this. Like you get certain brothers or whatever. They say certain stuff like, look, you wearing pants. You ain't supposed to do that. Like, bro, you not you're not giving them truth right there. You kind of beating them upside the head. And then you have other brothers, oh, y'all deal with white people or this, that, etc. Like, bro, truth is like Christ said, truth goes to all nations, to the Jews first, then to the Gentiles. So I think charity is part of truth too as well. That love. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that love, that's the truth, man. Yeah, that's definitely truth. You're right about that. Cause and a
Yeah.
lot of times, see, and that's the truth, bro. Because charity is really your actions, your actions in love. It's not your lip service. You know what I'm saying? I love you, nothing like that. No, it's really your actions. So people can see your love through your actions, and then they looking at it and they like, you know what? Why did he just do that? Like you said,
Right.
charity edify. Because you'll be able to teach people through your actions, right? Because they looking at your fruits, especially if you walking around hollering about Christ. They looking at your fruits.
Yeah.
They trying to see what it is. You know what I'm saying? They really trying to see where
Hmm.
where you gonna fall off at. That's really what they
Yep.
trying to see. But while they looking at you, you know what I'm saying? They get to see you operating in the charity, man. That right there, that right there, that'll help them understand. And that's love.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'll
yeah,
be back, y'all.
yeah. Go ahead. Um, you got anything else on that, Tiz?
No, hold on. I'm looking up something real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. While you looking on there, I just keep on expounding on that because a lot of us claim that we got truth, regardless of what ideology we dealing with or anything of that nature. And like I said earlier, there's only one truth. There's many lies, but only one truth. And a lot of us seek that. That's why we deal with all these ideologies. It's because we seek in the true truth. Whether we believe it or not, we seek in Christ. A lot of people don't know that, but we really seek in Christ. But we might veer left or veer right going into all this other stuff. It's cool. We all dib and dab in something else. But truth when it comes to reaching out to people, especially like Christians, I think we most definitely would have to, like the Agbanaya said, we got to show them Christ and what's truth according to Him. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And then, like this John 17, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true. So we basically, when we say that we in the truth, we talking about we following the word, we following Christ, because Christ is the word. So when they say what you mean when you in the truth, I mean that I'm following Christ according to the word as it is written. So yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. That's how I think it should be handled when it comes to dealing with people like that. We following Christ when we dealing with the truth. The word is true. Christ is the word. So that's what it is.
And I'm gonna tell you how I know Christ is the truth. And a lot of us, don't get me wrong, we we're learning truth. You know what I'm saying? Because we're still walking in it. We're striving towards it to be like Christ. Because if Christ came today, right? I don't care who you are, what church you with, including everybody, us included. He would critique everybody.
Yeah.
He'd tell them over here, oh y'all, okay, I like what y'all doing good, but y'all doing this. Y'all letting women run over y'all. Y'all letting this Jezebel spirit do this. And say you over here, y'all forgot y'all first love. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all over here, you know what I'm saying? So Christ is gonna be the only one that's gonna, he's the only one we can go to as the example of truth. You get what I'm saying? That word
You're
for
right.
real. And
You're right.
uh,
Yeah. And that's why I tell you in the scriptures that we don't have it all. We prophesy in parts until the peaceable one come. That's when we have that. That goes back to what I was saying a second ago. Like we all seek truth, whether we believe it or not. We all seek in Christ. We just dib and dab in certain ideologies, thinking that's what it is. But if it's the Lord's will, a lot of us will come to this word, which is the truth.
yeah, because
Yeah. Now,
it
how
tell
y'all?
you. Oh my bad.
Huh? No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it tell you, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. You get what I'm saying? So that's a
Yeah.
marathon right there. You get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
action right there. It ain't like you just gonna be sitting in
Yeah.
the crib with your fringes on, standing in one place like, oh, I ain't breaking the law. I ain't breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take some type of works and overcoming some things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so so a lot of us don't have to go off and overcome something. You get what I'm saying? And come out
Yeah.
of it, because if you let it take you, then that's where you went. You wasn't with it. But when you go through something and
Yeah.
you overcome it, that's what that is. But yeah,
Most
what was you
definitely.
saying?
Nah, I was if we finish with that talking point, I go to the next question.
All right.
Uh, uh What I was gonna ask was, now how do y'all deal with scoffers? And what I mean by that is you have some people. I give an example, like a brother. He was a truck driver when I worked at Chrysler. He drove trucks. We used to kick it or whatever, you know. And he had a question, and I didn't even reject the question because, or it wasn't even a question. It was well, you know what? It was a question slash statement, and it was basically, how can y'all tell me y'all got the truth and y'all can't even come together with what y'all got? Y'all tell me to come over here, but yet y'all can't come together. So how would y'all deal with that? Something of that nature.
I don't know if I call that a scoffer though. Uh, I don't know
Yeah,
if I
that's
call that
true.
a
Because
scoffer. Yeah, cause
that's true.
cause for
No, go ahead.
real, he ain't lying. He ain't lying though. You know what I'm saying? So no, I wouldn't
Yeah,
call that a scoffer. I just call that a brother that's he's a
tell them the
logical
truth.
thinker. You know,
Yeah.
because that is a logical thought. But when it comes, I can answer his question. You know what I mean? I can
Mm-hmm.
answer his question, but that right there to me ain't no scoffer. Me personally, when it comes to scoffers, I don't even deal with them, man. I don't deal with them because
Yeah.
that'll be basically you. Why cast your pearls before swine? Why do that, man? When you can get trodden underfoot. You know what I'm saying? You mess around, get hurt out here
Yeah.
messing with these people, man. And they scoffing at the word, and nah, man. I don't deal with them. I don't deal with a scoffer. I leave them alone. Why argue?
Yeah.
Why argue with a brick wall? It don't make sense.
Hmm. No, I feel you. And you're right. That ain't a scoffer. I don't know why I even said that. You're right. But yeah. That was just a question though. He was actually a brother. He was actually a cool brother. He was a more, I think, a 5% or so. I think he was a more. You know, he did a little time in prison or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he always dealt with Israelites or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he knew I studied the Bible and all that. You know, did what I did. But when he came with that question, I told him straight up, like, bro, I'm not rejecting you. That's an honest question. Cause shoot,
Mm-hmm.
heck, I got the same question. How can we say we in the truth if we can't even come together? We
Yeah.
talking about we trying to gain souls, but all these souls see is us on these corners battling each other. But yet we supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
gaining souls to Christ and the Most High.
Yeah,
So,
a lot,
but yeah, that's the question. How would y'all deal with something like that?
a lot of times it ain't what you
I,
saying, it's what you doing too. Like you ain't really got to say nothing. I mean, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I
a
mean,
scoffer,
like he said.
a scoffer is. Oh, my fault, bro. I thought you was done. Go ahead. My
No, go
fault.
ahead. Bring the
No,
definition
no,
out.
no.
So
You got it. No,
no,
go ahead.
I was just agreeing. Like, you know, it's 100 brothers that just got the truth. Got. I mean, the truth. Got me saying, it's 100 brothers that just came into the understanding of who they are, who the claim they have, what we call the truth. It's a million of them brothers with swords out ready to, battle. So it depends on the brother's intention. If he wants to debate, then hey,
Mm-hmm.
you let one of these young, one of these people that just got in the who got the understanding yesterday, they'll debate with each other all day. But if it's somebody that really have a
Mhm.
genuine question, I've talked to people that really had genuine questions. If I can answer it, then that's something that I would do. But that's the biggest thing that I've learned. It ain't really about what you say; it's how you walk or how you treat that person or how you treat certain situations while that person is watching, because they always watching. You know, but yeah, that's
Yep.
what I say. Go ahead.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and a scoffer is pretty much somebody who mock at the word. You know what I mean? Like somebody who talking about, oh you praising your sky daddy, or you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
they see you with your fringes on or whatever you got on, they laughing at your clothes. Look at that. Then you tell them what it is and they still laugh. It's a scoffer is somebody
Hmm.
who's a mocker. So this is what Jeremiah had to say about him. Jeremiah 15:16 and 17 to say, thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Lord of hosts. So now Jeremiah got the word, he got the understanding, and it's a joy in his heart. So now he want to go talk to everybody. He want to bring it out. 17, it say, I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand, for thou hast filled me with indignation. So I'm just like Jeremiah. I sit alone by myself before I deal with some mockers. I wouldn't even deal with them. Hey, if you're gonna mock, and because that ain't gonna do nothing but cause me to do what? Cause me to want to do something to them. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be it ain't no point. And that's that part, that's that wisdom part we was talking about earlier, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta look at it and operate in the wisdom, because guess what? Some of those scoffers not saying nothing is sometimes saying a whole lot. So a lot of times those mockers and those scoffers, they see you sitting back and you ain't engaged them when they was being ignorant, they can respect that. And you might, like we was talking about the charity just a second ago. That's a labor of love right there. That's charity right there. Through that charity, you might be able to edify one of them scoffers. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, man, you know what? I ain't even tripping no more for real. But they'll pull you to the side alone and they be like, look, teach me what you was talking about that I was laughing at earlier. You know what I mean? So
Most deaf. Most deaf. Yeah. You got anything else on that, Tez? You good?
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, like, of course, when you hold the Bible and you claim Christ to be with Christ, you gonna have scoffers and everybody looking for that aha moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a representation of that. So everybody looking for that aha moment. So like everything ain't worth getting into it with, because you can't argue with a fool. If you argue with a fool, guess what? You both being foolish.
You a fool too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's most definitely right. So how y'all would deal with the delivering truth to another nation, like to the Gentile nation? How do y'all deal with that? Because I make this statement with that. A lot of Israelites believe that this word is only for Israel. So how would y'all go about dealing with the other nations when it comes to giving them truth or the word or whatever?
Hey, I teach another nation just like I teach an Israelite. What they gonna do? Either they gonna accept it or they gonna reject it. You know what I mean? I teach them just the same way. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm about to say some stuff that's controversial. I'm about to say amongst the Israelites, right? Because a lot of brothers go and pull John 3:16, and then they say, and I understand. I understand. Listen, we can precept it to Numbers. You know what I'm saying? Where Christ was, where the serpent was lifted up in the wilderness, right? We can precept it, but I understand that. But is eternal life not for all? Because John 3:16 say, and we all know it, we can quote it by heart. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, and whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Is not everlasting life for all? Is that not a gift to the righteous of all nations? That's a gift to the righteous of all nations. So I would teach the truth to all nations, because guess what? And I understand that there's a promise for Amalek, that Amalek will be destroyed and all of that. We can go into all of that doctrine from under the face of the earth. I understand that, but I'm still gonna teach the truth. It don't matter who you are, Jew or Gentile. I'm going to teach the truth. I'm going to teach it the way it's supposed to be taught, though. I ain't teaching no replacement doctrine or nothing like that, but I'm going to teach the truth, because eternal life is for all who will accept our Lord and Savior. Not just for the Jews. The Jews now there's a different promise that God's people will get over the Gentiles, over the other nations. There's a different promise. There's a promise that's more than just eternal life. There's a promise of rulership for God's chosen. But eternal life is for all. So I know that's controversial. That's going to be real controversial out there amongst a lot of Israelites. But hey, did I lie?
Hey, so be lie. And I'm about to bring out a scripture to lamb back off you right quick, because you say, did you lie? And I'm going to show that you wasn't lying, because I'm sure a lot of these brothers and sisters seen this scripture as well. But you know, we tend to overlook certain scriptures just for the benefits of what we trying to push. And then what I mean by we is certain churches or bodies or whatever. Matthew 28:19-20. Christ said this out of his own mouth. He said, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, teaching them, that them goes back to the all nations, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Amen. So yeah, you're not lying, because that's part of the mission, is to teach all nations. Baptize. And then what else Christ say? Be a light to the Gentiles. If you're a light to the Gentiles, what they gonna do? They're gonna follow you if they like it. So
Right.
yeah. I wasn't even trying to bring out no scriptures, but hey, all praise to the Most High went that way, so be it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's the lamb
It's
back
like
off.
people got that Israelite stuff twisted, man, because it's like instruction. Instruction was given before the nation of Israel was even established. You know what I'm saying? And
Most
Israel
definitely.
is Israel was appointed to be like the example to the nations, or be the teacher, of what the Most High is expecting. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like imagine your father give you a title or some authority, when he's gone, like, hey, you do this and make sure this is done, make sure and he leave, and you just telling that, I'm the one he chose me, y'all ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing go get cleaned up
Mm-hmm.
around there. You gotta help them understand, when you come to your fullness of your responsibility, because we still a broken people, man. A lot of people just saying, we this, we that, they ain't even did the work on themselves, on their own spirit yet. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of us ain't gonna make it anyway, so we can't brag on nothing we ain't even got yet. You know what I'm saying? So you just
Most
gotta
definitely.
humble down, man. We gotta humble down and get ourselves together, and yeah. So that's what I say. I think the question was, how do you go about teaching Gentiles the
Little.
truth? Like I said, instruction came before the nation of Israel was even established. So the word was already there. The do's and the don'ts. Because a lot of them are ignorant to the do's and don'ts of the world. You get what I'm saying? They dealing with philosophy and theory. So you got to break it down on a
Yeah.
level. A
Most
lot of
definitely.
times I used to talk to we come to our people with emotion. We try to tap into their emotions. Deuteronomy 28. We went through this. We went through that. A lot of our people be seeking a sign, but a lot of the Gentiles, they be seeking wisdom, because they'll deal with more stuff
Exactly.
politically, and more so, on things in that nature. So I usually, I build with them on that level.
Most definitely. And you'll be surprised. I'm sure y'all know, but a lot of people be surprised how the Gentiles are accepted, whether it's good or bad. Because like you just said, Ted, we seek of this and they seek of that. They seek of that knowledge. They always looking for knowledge. So they always got the upper hand on certain stuff in this kingdom. So, and I use this example. When I worked at the toy factory, I was talking to one of the young brothers out there, and I was just talking to him about the word or whatever, and you know how our people, I don't want to hear that junk. I'm hot. I'm trying to get blow or whatever. So it was just so happened. It was a Mzungu brother right there. For those who don't know, that's a European brother. uh, he was right there, and I asked him this question right in front of the Israelite brother. I say, if you knew that you was God's chosen people, wouldn't you changed your ways by now? He was like, yeah, I would have been changed. So that shows, like you said, the Grecians seek of wisdom, while we seek of signs. We always say, I believe when the sky crack. They don't wait till the sky crack. They go get it before then. So that's just an example I use. That white brother, he was like, sure, yeah, I'd have been changed if I knew that I wasn't God's people. At the same time, that shows that he knew that he wasn't God's people as well. And he said that too. Now I think about it, he said that he knew that we was who he is and all that stuff. But hey, a lot of our people get proud and stuff, get this wisdom or get this, I wouldn't even say wisdom, just get this understanding and start boasting and be looking
Mm-hmm.
silly at the end of the day. Like, brother, you don't even have the full understanding, but you trying to go out here and say you the devil and this, that, etc. and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not truth at all. That's baby food right
Kiss my
there.
boot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kids for food and all that's baby food. As a child, I thought as a child, that's what you're doing. You're thinking as a child.
Well,
That's
well,
not truth at
Mm-hmm.
all.
I would
Huh?
ask the whole, I would ask the whole nation of people, our people, if you are ignorant to who you are biblically, but you still follow the principles of Christ,
Mm.
would you have the upper hand on somebody that knows their biblical identity, as the chosen people? You know what I'm
Oh
Mm,
saying? Would you
man.
have a better chance of getting in that gate?
Oh man, y'all
mm.
talking. That brother done.
That's deep.
Y'all
Damn,
brother
deep.
talking. You got to go to Romans for that. Romans the second chapter, man.
Oh, there.
Go
No,
to
for real
Romans to
though,
get
Most
because
that.
definitely.
I don't think they ever talk about it like that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And man, listen, for real, you right about that.
And quiet as kept, man. A lot of dudes be running up with them Gentiles with them swords on them with that type of ideology, and they gonna smack you down. The ones that know them scripts,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And they
yeah,
have been smacking some of them down because they come with
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
that pride.
Man, I seen some of them brothers on the riverfront try to run up on one of them Gentiles. Man, that Gentiles getting them together left and right. Oh man, it ain't even funny. I just laugh because we know knowledge puffeth up, and you could get all the knowledge, but if you ain't got wisdom, you're not going to use it right, and you're going to get destroyed. And it's not about no
Mm-hmm.
battle at all. I ain't saying it's about battling and all that, because that has nothing to do with truth. What I'm saying is, if when you get this wisdom, like Ted said earlier, take the time out to fix yourself, and then go out and do whatever it is you're trying to do. That way you can go out there correctly. You won't be out there looking crazy or nothing in front of nobody. You can operate in that meek, humble spirit, and you could gain the person, Jew or Gentile. So yeah, um, sure, yeah, we rocking and rolling now. We got past the little niche that we had earlier. We rocking and rolling now. But yeah, that's a good question too that Ted just presented. And
Yeah.
I might have heard, I might have heard a couple of people touching on that before, but they in this walk that we in, not too many churches or gatherings touch on that too much. Would that person that operate in that spirit of Christ but don't know who they is have a better opportunity than those who know they is? Like, that's a good question.
Yeah, because when he was
Me
talking
personally,
about gnashing of teeth and all that, who was he addressing when he said that? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about
Mm,
Gentiles when he said that.
mm,
He's talking about the Most High can raise up
Hey,
rocks. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Hmm.
hey, look at this.
Most
Look, and that's crazy. Romans 2, Paul made that clear. Romans 2 and 25, it say, for circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall
mm,
not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? And see, a lot of times Christians and people get this mixed up with their replacement theology and stuff like that. It's not what this is talking about. This is talking about righteousness and unrighteousness. All right. So you can have a Gentile who operating in the law unknowingly, don't even know it. Don't even know it. But then you have some Israelite ridiculing them because they're Gentile. You know what I'm saying? Who we gonna let me see. It says
mm,
this is the 27th verse. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, so uncircumcision by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee who hold on, let me read it over. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee who by the letter and circumcision doest transgress the law. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that
mm,
circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High. So you will have some Gentiles out here who will be operating, you know what I'm saying, in the, doing the things righteous. Then you will have some Israelites who know the letter, but see, they missing the mark because ain't no love in them. Ain't no love in them. Hey, look, you can keep all the holy days. You can keep the Sabbath day. You can do all of these things. But if you ain't got no love for your brother, because the Most High, he try to heart. He try to heart. Guess what? Ain't nothing for you.
exactly. And that's why I brought that charity at his fire. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly why I brought that out. Ain't no love if you operating like that. Uh, yeah, that was a good scripture too. That was a good one. Um, Sure, yeah, sure. We coming about to the end now. I had one more question. I forgot what it was. This freestyle podcast. So all these questions freestyle like a mug. My mind be going 1,000 miles. I get to hear y'all talking and all that stuff. I'm like, dang, I ain't think. So now another question come up, made me forget my last one. Oh man, but yeah, man.
My
Hey, we
bad.
rocking and rolling, man. Rolling.
My bad, bro. But yeah,
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
good. Sure, keep it rolling. Sure, keep
because
it
that
That's
brother,
going.
why.
he said Cortez brought that out.
My bad. My bad. What you just say, Ben?
No, I said you had brought that out. That's why I had to say something.
No, but that's
Mhm.
why I think I talked to y'all before about that, man. I think and going back to what y'all was saying earlier, like you gotta let something go because imagine if you came into understanding who you are and you calling you being in the truth. Let's say if you came in it, are we the chosen people? You know what I'm saying? Everybody else going to hell, they getting destroyed. Then those scriptures are brought to you and it's in its truest, what it's supposed to be, what it is, without any private interpretation, but how it is. Are you gonna really let go of that spirit of pride of we the chosen people? You know what I'm saying? So and I think I was talking to y'all about this probably about a week ago where I was saying like, man, I'm actually like, it's like when once you leave America and you out of America for a while, you kind of get turned off by that kind of teaching, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we understand, we the people, we know that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like it's like a sense of pridefulness, even from people from America who understand they Israel. You get what I'm saying? Like we even think like the Most High is gonna stop everything and hold, you know, and deliver the Israelites from America over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you understand it's a whole world of people, all different nations and people. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say understanding is it should be always evolve. You should always be trying to understand. Like that's why lately I just been trying to, you know, I'm trying not to talk so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to listen most times. You get what I'm saying? Because if you stop understanding, you ain't growing no more. You just stagnant. You just stuck. You get what I'm saying? So
Most definitely.
so yeah, man. I
Hey
think
man,
once
real.
you move from your comfort zone, once you move from your comfort zone, and I'm not getting to the oh, you got to leave here and go there. I'm just saying comfort zones. You know, I don't care where you at in the world. If you leave out your comfort zone, I think that's what growth starts to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be
Mm-hmm.
surprised, man. You might come to these people in certain countries with the what you think is the truth, and they might not accept it because they're not living as comfortable as you. You get what I'm saying? So they truth
Mm-hmm.
might just be love and genuineness and you know what I'm saying, just you know, loyalty, stuff like that, man. It ain't, you know, it ain't the white man, the devil, and this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, man, that's why I think
Man, they ain't never.
that we should lead with love, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Most definitely. That ain't nothing but the spirit operates. 'Cause that was my next question, actually. Like how would you deal with reaching out, like uh, to another, like you say, you leave and you in another country. How would you deal with reaching out to them when it come to giving truth
You talking about
to
people
whatever
back in?
country you go to?
Oh, you ain't gonna hit them with that. The white man, you gonna have to come with what I think what we talking about earlier, charity, man. That's the best way.
Most
How you treating the children of the fatherless, you know, the homeless, the widows, and I'm gonna just leave it there.
definitely. Yeah, that's when
Yeah,
you get to
and you
operate in that
also
truth. Now, that's Christ. Go ahead, Ben. My bad.
and
You
you
can go
you
ahead.
also gotta watch you no you also gotta see and understand what they life like first. You know what I mean? You can't come over, you can't go into nobody's, house and then just get to speaking, man. You gotta, like you said, you when you first come in, man, you gotta make yourself you got to make yourself a good name. You got to have a good rapport among the people. And through charity, through works and things like that, like you said, how you treating the children, how you treating the women, and things of that sort. And a lot of, and that's the thing too, how you treating the women and the children is a thing where men look at that. Men look at that. They be like, okay, because I'm gonna tell you, Arab men that come to our neighborhood, right? We understand how they gonna treat our women. We know how they gonna treat our children, so we don't deal with them like that. You know what I'm saying? So if we put a
Mm-hmm.
label on ourselves the way they did, with others, we're gonna be looked at, on that level too. I tell you what, that's how you come in. That's how you get in there, like you said, through charity. But then after the charity, now you start to see, okay, they life like this. Bam, I see the prophecies and things. You can begin to see things according to how they living, and then you be like, okay, this is it right here. Now I know how to speak to them because I've been around them. You know what I'm saying? I've made friends. I got friends here, so I know. My friends, they can vouch for me that I ain't coming off, crooked or stuff like that. You
Mm-hmm.
don't just come in nobody's house and start and don't take your shoes off or come in there and start dirtying up all the dishes and don't offer no help. You and come eating up all the
Mm-hmm.
food and don't close the refrigerator and you don't just come in nobody's house and just desecrate. they house. You come in with some respect, and
Most
that's the
definitely.
way you do it. You gotta show the work, man.
Hmm. Man, that's probably what Christ meant, like you said when he came with that. What he say when you enter a city? Uh, how it go when you enter a city? See who's there. No, I don't want to say it wrong. Shoot, let me get it right quick. Hold on.
I know what you're saying. When you enter a city and they don't take you
Yeah,
in, then brush off the heels of your feet or the dust of your feet.
yeah. But that's probably why
Yeah.
Christ said that. Like, look, when you go there, greet these people. Come in there with, you know, be cool when
Mm-hmm.
you walk up in this thing. Like you said, we got to know how they live. We got to know how they react
Mm-hmm.
or interact. We got to know these things. You can't just go up in somewhere. Hey, I'm here. I'm from Detroit. They don't care nothing about that. You better come with some
They don't know
respect.
nothing about they don't know nothing about your
Yeah,
little
yeah,
hood.
yeah, for sure. But you know how our people is. Like we think we go anywhere and just be that. No, man, it's bigger than that. Like you come up in there, you better
Mm-hmm.
act right, or you're gonna have to dust your feet off, like Christ was saying. That's probably why you had to dust your feet off because you wasn't acting right. They ran you up out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's why he
Mm-hmm.
say, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You know what I'm
Most
saying? A lot
definitely.
of you learn that. You learn that. Back in the day, man. Growing up, the loudest one in the room be the what? The softest one. So you
The
ain't gotta
softest,
be
yeah.
loud. You gotta be doing all that. It's a time for everything. It's a time to get aggressive. It's a time for all that. But everybody not going to adhere because our culture is totally different from a lot of different cultures. Our culture is aggressive. So, you might see people teaching in America aggressively. You get what I'm saying? You might have to deal with some consequences of that aggression also. But, a lot of our people do need to be talked to on their level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people understand it that way. You ever been to you ever been around certain people, you can't be talk to them in a soft manner. You got to talk to them aggressively. It's the only way they understand. You get what I'm saying? But then if you come, like for example, where we at now, you come over here aggressive, they gonna look at you like a terrorist threat. You know what I'm saying? Like hold
Hmm.
on, you very. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you an example, right? I was at the KFC, man, and I'm like, I wasn't used to people like cutting in front of me, so I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm seeing everybody getting in front of me. I'm not like far from the person ahead of me, but I'm not directly on them, and I'm like, dang, all y'all ain't about to be cutting in front of me. That's what I said. And the brother was like, "Hey man, there's no need, nobody. You don't need to hurt anybody." And I'm like, "I don't want to hurt nobody. I just don't want y'all to cut in front of me." But everybody culture
Hmm.
is different. That's why I say that. You know, but yeah, man. Yeah, you can't like a lot of brothers. They go certain places like, oh, they got idols over here. Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Israelites don't know, and y'all might not know, but y'all in idolatry too. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Most y'all Israelites, y'all will say, oh, you when Christmas come around, what they say? They you celebrating Christmas, you doing this. But when Super Bowl come around, you be the first one with your jersey on. Oh, I'm going for KC this year. You know what I'm saying? You at the game. What's the difference between that and celebrating Christmas? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, it's crazy, man. But yeah, man. You
Yeah.
had what was your last question?
How would you deal with
What you got?
going into
What you got against the pig? Hold on, brother. What you got against the pig skin, man? Hey, brother.
Nah, man, I'm going off, man. Hey, I'm on my Alex Jones. I might talk about gay frogs or something. You gonna have to ask me a question.
he said
Be all
frogs?
over the place.
This brother tripping on the
Man,
pig skin.
man, that oink oink. No, the last question was how would you deal with reaching out to locals of whatever country you will go to or whatever. When you departed from America and you go to another country, how would you reach out to those locals with truth or trying to
Man,
give
I
them
wouldn't
truth?
even. learning here, man, and this is just for me personally. I know I don't, I left, came back, whatever. But this for me personally, I wouldn't even be trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be trying to teach because you have to be quiet and learn. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother said, you got to be trying to, build your rapport. You know what I'm saying? Like let these people feel you out. Let these people build trust with you. I'm gonna tell you like this. Where we at, I get a lot of favor just because I have a family. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if I didn't have a family, I probably would have got. They probably would looked at me as a threat a long time ago. You get what I'm saying? When people see you, oh, he got his family, this, that can be a teaching moment about me, to them more than me opening my mouth telling them, oh, y'all know, that white Jesus is the devil, or you Islam, you calling on Allah, you can't just go in there like that, man.
Yeah,
And
it's a
I
time.
think,
Yeah.
It's a time and a place for that, man. It's a time and a place for that, man. You can't just be out and about, just pulling people. Hey, man, look, hey, what you doing with that around your neck right there, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a
yeah,
time and a place for that.
hey, they
Yeah.
gonna end up teaching. They gonna end up teaching you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be the teacher all the time, you ain't gonna never learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? When we build with brothers over
Mhm.
here, we see where we can meet at. We don't see what we got can teach them. We see what we can meet at because they gonna teach us something too. You get what I'm saying? And we gonna get more people on here to show the example of that too. Because a lot of brothers do think, oh, the Africans, we got to go over there to do the African. Man, you got to come over here and learn. Sometimes you got to come over here and sit down and learn.
And hey, that's
Definitely.
the thing too. You can't go to nobody else's land and yeah, truth be told, this truth shall be taught in the four corners of the earth, and then the end shall come. Yeah, that's true. But you can't expect to come over here and pour out everything you think you how prideful is that to think you're gonna go in somebody else's land or somebody else's house and just teach them. You thinking like the colonizer, you thinking like the oppressor. You thinking like that because
Mm.
you need to come and you need, like the brother said, you need to come, you need to learn because it's a give and a take. It's a give to receive because the thing is, man, we learned so much over here. We got brothers over here who we've been speaking to and talking to, and they've been breaking down like we know we Israel, we know that, right? But they culture line up perfectly with the Bible. You go in the Old
Mhm.
Testament and you look at the Israelites covenants. I mean the culture at the time, and then you go on the scriptures and you look at it. And the crazy part about it, once they start teaching you the culture, you can start pointing them to where they got it from. Then now it's a give and a take. It ain't just no you coming over here to teach nobody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and that's another thing, man. Our people coming out of the diaspora, especially coming out of America, that's the mind state because you've been under that colonizer for so long. You've been under that oppressor for so long, and you learn his ways, and that's the mindset that you got coming over here, and you making a bad name all over the world for brothers and sisters coming out of America.
Mm. Mm. That's real spill. That's real spill. Yeah. Yeah, man, we rocking and rolling, man. Shoot, hey, man. Praise to the Most High, man. This thing came out better than I thought. Y'all got any last words? Anything else to say? 'Cause, yeah, I ain't got no more questions. Y'all got anything else to say? All right, this is the last question I have. Now that I think about it, how would y'all? What words would y'all have for those who's learning and coming into this walk? How would y'all tell them? How should I put it? What would y'all tell them? Those who coming and learning and growing in this walk, new faces to this. What would y'all tell them?
I would say, I would say, always, always rely on the word, on the Bible. Always rely on the word. Okay, because men are not always correct. All right.
Most
And it's
definitely.
not that they may not be trying to deceive you. They may not be trying to deceive you. It may just be that they haven't reached a certain level yet of, learning to give you what you're looking for. And they'll try to make something according to their understanding. So always rely on the word, trust on the word. That's what you fall back on, and you will never be deceived. You will never be led astray, because that's what happens. A lot of times people rely too much on a man to be, to get their food, their spiritual food, and they wind up in, trapped up in a doctrine, a false doctrine. And like I said, the man may not be trying to do it. It may not be what the man's intentions was to, to do that. But that's what I would say. Always rely on the word. Always rely on the word.
Right. Because the word is truth. Well, you got anything,
There you
Ted?
go.
He said, what do you have to say to people that's just coming into to understanding
Yeah,
the truth of the Bible?
yeah, to the understanding. Yeah.
Mm,
And before you answer, let me expound why I asked that question, because we'll get in it, we'll be fresh in this walk and think that we have what we call the truth. That zeal be so high until we end up missing the mark. So that's why I asked, what would y'all tell the newcomers that's coming into this walk? I would tell them just stay humble and like Ben said, just follow the word.
hey, I would say, man, study to show yourself approved, and separate yourself from everything you've been taught before that. And if Christ ain't in it, then it ain't the truth. Because a lot of times we deal with pride. We deal with lust of the flesh, and we deal with everything. It's all type of reasons brothers use these scriptures, man. All type of
Mm,
but I would just say always stay true to the Most High, man. And like I say, if you don't see Christ in it, don't deal with it.
mm-hmm.
And don't always depend on somebody else to interpret things for you. Go into it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And meditate on that word and take time to heal. Don't everybody ain't no teacher, and everybody, what I'm saying, everybody ain't no leader neither. You know what I'm saying? So try to get in where you fit in and heal first, and let the Most High guide you to your path. You get what I'm saying? It's let's just take your time. Don't be
Most
so
definitely.
fast to it ain't a race. It's a marathon. It's about endurance.
Mhm. And that's real talk. That's key right there. It ain't a race, it's a marathon. 'Cause we'll
Yeah.
get up in this boy coming out the gate flying and gas out real quick. Mess around, be back in this world.
Yeah, the
Then people
reward.
looking like, where the truth? Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say the reward. We ain't got the reward yet. You know what I'm saying? We got
Most
the we got
definitely.
the utensils. We got the utensils to get to the reward. You know what I'm saying? So
Huh? Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, buddy, sure. Hey, all praise to the Most High for this one, man. Sure. Praise to the Most High for y'all out getting on this thing with me. Uh, yeah. Shoot, if y'all ain't got nothing else to say, sure, we can bid them Godspeed. Yeah, sure. Shalom from me. Um, and we about to be up out this thing. Y'all finished? Y'all ain't got nothing else. Y'all finished?
I'm good,
I'll
bro.
just say, like I say, Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Everybody, please support the charity. The Children's Bread. You know what I'm saying? Check out Royal Scepter of Yeshaya, the YouTube channel. We got the charity events on there. You get what I'm saying? What we trying to do over here. That's our whole mission is leading with charity. And none of the money go to us. I mean, none of the money go to none of our personal things, it goes straight to what we got to do, for the fatherless and those that are without, the children or whatever. So yeah, go support the charity, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Most definitely. And yeah, most high willing, we'll be back in a couple of more days with another episode. Uh, I'm thinking about the one that I had in the archives. The world will be in trouble if this continent disappeared. Because I'm thinking that we should go more into the continent of Africa. Just showing people what it's really about. So if it's the Lord's will, we'll go into that. But yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, Shalom.